Hi, guys, and welcome to the Cultured Podcast, the place where we discuss all things trending, all things popping, and all things cultured. I'm Sasha,
And I'm Stephanie.
and let's just get into it.
Welcome back, guys.
How you guys been? How are you guys finding the episode so far? We're getting really good feedback
A lot of good feedback.
on episode 4.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to keep with that sort of structure of
Yeah.
just hot topics and talk about a range of things rather than just one.
Yeah.
We got so much to talk about. There's always something going on.
There's always something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
So, technically, what me and Sasha are doing now is very illegal because we're not supposed to be household mixing.
How do you know that we're together in the same room? Don't bait yourself out like that.
Well,
I mean, I'm not with you right now. So who are you talking to? I'm
What?
in a separate place.
what are you talking about?
I'm in a separate place. We're not doing anything illegal because all people can hear is sounds.
Can you record podcasts? From
Of course you can.
Oh.
Because that's what we're doing now, Stephanie. Anywho, moving on.
So, the UK is officially in tier 2 of bullshit. So, because this is what it is. No household mixing, no meeting
meeting outside.
meeting
Basically, you can't meet anyone outside of your household.
that you don't live with. So basically, I'm technically stuck with Callie for the next couple of months.
It's basically like we're back in March,
Mm-hmm.
but the restaurants are open, the pubs are open, the schools are open,
Shops are open.
shops are open. So
Everything is open.
we can't mix, but we can mix. So
I mean, once again, this is another example of how Boris is failing us.
I don't think anyone's really going to be listening to this too tough, let's be honest.
100% not.
I feel I'm going to be doing what I feel is right
Mm-hmm.
because you got me once. You're not getting me again.
Yeah.
Like, I've
Yeah.
done my time.
Literally.
And also the rules don't make sense.
Yeah.
If it was complete lockdown, I understand. Like, I'll listen to it, whatever,
Mhm.
we move. But this lockdown, I could literally see you at a restaurant if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But you just got to be at a different
Different
table.
table.
Or if we had kids, or if, I had kids and then they were in school together,
Yeah.
they would be mixed in.
And we see each other on the school run or like.
And I've picked up my niece. No one's social distancing in that line. So I know I tried to because I don't trust people, but no one else is. I don't even know what the point of social distancing in that line anyway is.
All your
all the
children,
kids are mixing.
yeah, all your children are mixing. And I think people have to understand is that it's more than just the schools mixing. This is a bigger picture because, for instance, my daughter goes to school and she is in a year bubble with 30 other children who all have 30 other families. These families all go to work with their colleagues who go to their families who have children in other schools.
They go on public transport. They go to the pubs. They go to bars. Like, they socialize. Well, I guess I don't know if they're still socializing.
Of
with their
course they
friends.
are. Like, a bubble is not a bubble. None of these bubbles are a bubble.
Yeah.
It does. So this whole system is flawed. It doesn't make
It's
sense.
flawed from the beginning. But this is why I think no one's really going to listen to it. But
100%.
again,
Why are you lying? Nobody's going to pay attention to. I mean, I'm not going to be out here doing the most. I probably won't be attending any house parties or anything. Or I've learned my lesson or anything like that. But will I be going to my mother's house? 100% yes. Will I be going to my friend's house? Will I have my friends over? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's just.
And we just
it.
got to hope neighbours aren't snitches because
No.
you've got to make sure that your neighbours aren't
Yeah.
snitches, or you got to make sure you're really discreet. Like, people park around the corner, for example.
But it like proper amazes me that people care. You
Who
see,
cares?
Like, people like, so if my neighbours, if I go home now, my neighbours are having a party, I don't care.
Yeah, that's because we mind our own business, though.
Yeah, I
mean,
just don't see why, like, if it was for noise pollution, like, if it's 2 a.m. and you still got this party up, the reason I'm calling the police is because it's 2 a.m. and I have work in the morning. I'm not calling because, they've got more than 6 people in the house. And the fact that people are actually doing that is wild. Like,
Yeah, but I think as well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'd even call at 2 a.m. if I've got work. If I had a child, then we've got a problem. But if it's just me, people have done that before.
Yeah.
Like I can get over it, I guess. I don't know. It depends how loud it is. But for me, I think black people in general mind their own business. I think we are notorious for minding our own business, whether good or bad. Like if we see someone doing the most, it's not my business.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I don't know if black people are good at.
We're not. Like, we are very mind your own business people, but I think I'm a bit more, I need to assess the situation.
But it's also like as well, like, you know, when you see someone getting beaten up, what do you do? Do you call the police or do you get involved? I don't think I think if there were black people, if it was a white, you know, gang on a black person, I obviously would not get involved because what the hell, we both can't get beaten up. Like, that's just not the plan. Like, I would probably call the police and just see. But then don't you feel helpless as well, just watching someone get banged up while you're on the phone to the bloody police who will probably take a million years?
But then you have to, I know it's really selfish, but you have to put yourself first because you don't know what either of these people have on them, and it only takes one stab. We've completely
gone off topic. Tier 2. So, no one's going to listen. I think, okay, full disclosure, me and Stephanie went to London yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we had booked tickets to go to see London
Tower Bridge.
Yeah. Potato.
With I took my daughter and Sasha took her niece.
Yeah, and we went to a restaurant afterwards, and they were like, "Are you from the same household?" We said yes. They let us in, no questions.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are going to do 100%, the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of from the same household anyway. We're still spending time.
Yeah.
Like, well, we had spent time together, you know.
I don't think they care. They probably know people are lying. They don't care, but they have to ask as a way to cover their backs. Like, we are putting the COVID government rules in place. We are asking.
But then it's also like asking stupid questions too. So I was supposed to go Specsavers to get an eye test. And one of their questions that you have to fill out before you go is, do you have COVID symptoms? Well, I'm not going to say yes, am I? Because I want my eye test.
Yeah.
But I guess that's one of the things that they have to just
do.
Ask.
Yeah.
Like, but it's so dumb.
And unless they're going to give you a test there and then on the spot, you're never going to know.
You're never going to know.
And it's the same thing with the restaurants. Unless you're going to ask for my ID and proof of address, you are never going to know.
It's true.
That we're lying.
Because all we have to do is just make up an address.
Yep. There is no way to properly monitor this whole thing.
You know, this whole COVID thing seems to be really stretching longer than I thought it would. Not thought it would, because they kind of said it would be like a year before a vaccine. Yeah. But remember we were having conversations about like, oh no, I'd hate to turn 30 this year. That would suck.
Plot twist.
There's 4 months left for you to figure this thing out.
My birthday's looking is going to be my 30th birthday is definitely going to be a COVID birthday.
Well, yeah, because they were even saying like the rule of 6 before that got deleted. That was going to be for 6 months, and your birthday's in February, so it's really creeping in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything by the time.
But someone said, I saw something really interesting. Someone said the reason that we are never going to go back to normal life is because instead of trying to fight COVID, we've learned they're teaching us how to adapt to it.
Okay.
When really we should have tried to put an end to it, if that makes sense.
But you can't end COVID.
You can't end COVID, but I think we're trying to adapt to this new way of life too much that it's never gonna go.
Oh,
I mean, for me personally, I think the hand sanitizer everywhere is good. I don't know why that wasn't in place.
That was a thing from before.
Yeah, I think hand sanitizer should be put everywhere anyway.
Washing your hands was pretty standard for some households.
Just like in schools, not mixing the children, not the year groups not being able to play together and stuff. This might become a thing for a good couple of years. Like, I think 2021 we're definitely still going to be in the same position that we are in now.
So 30's off then.
30 is definitely off. I mean, it's not off.
It could be off. Well, it's even like what I was telling you about, like the vaccines and stuff. Remember, they're trying to like force vaccines on people. And the way they're going to be able to do it eventually is they're going to start forcing us to, or they're going to make it difficult for us to live our lives.
Yeah.
So you know how black people as a collective, we've kind of pretty much said, keep your vaccine.
Yeah.
We don't want it. but they're going to try and make it so we have to take it, not by force, but pure uncomfortability. So, for example, not going or making it impossible for you to leave the country unless you have a vaccine.
Yeah.
So it's like, or I don't know, making it difficult for jobs to hire you unless you have the vaccine. So it's just like, I feel like in some way, eventually we are all going to have to take this disgusting drug
Just to be able to live our lives.
just to be able to live our lives.
I can see it happening.
Hopefully, it's like in 2 years' time when we can see what happened to everyone else. Keep your vaccines away from me, that's all I say. But because of bloody COVID, loads of things are affected,
Yeah.
i.e. TFL. So we have this new TFL rule where TFL has been bailed out by a bill?
Yeah.
1 billion.
Yeah.
A bill. Isn't a bill £100? Sorry, I'm not into that malarkey. £1 billion. They've been bailed out by £1 billion or whatever. And they are now going to not only make TFL fees higher, charges higher, but they're also going to expand
the congestion
charge zone. Now, where we live, we've literally we've just skipped it. But it's all up in Kensington, Camden, Wood Green. Where the hell's Wood Green?
North London.
Stratford, Newham, Poplar, Woolworth. Is that how you say it? What's Woolworth? Where's Woolworth? Do you remember Woolworths?
Don't get distracted. Woolworth is like Elephant and Castle sort of. Just after Camberwell.
Brixton and Lee. That is
like Lee Green is down the road.
Is that Lee Green?
It's Lee Green.
Of course, because right next to. Okay.
It's down the road.
That's gonna be congestion. That's rude.
Do you know how stupid?
That's Sainsbury's.
That's Sainsbury's. Everyone's like, "What the hell are these girls talking about?" But it's literally so local.
That is ridiculous.
It makes no sense. So you have to pay to basically drive in your
go
own
to Sainsbury's.
Area. You have to pay congestion charge to go to
your
own
how
area.
many? I don't want to actually say how long it is, just in case there's crazy people out.
It's close. It's close.
It's close.
It's 1 bus from me.
Why would you say that? Another killer knows how to find you.
Yeah, but what bus? I didn't say what bus. There's many different.
Do you think the killers have time? You know, they will figure it out. I was like, well, I don't know. It's so close, and I think the thing is the fact that it's expanded. Not by like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if you see you should be able to have seen the image by now. But it's literally a small image for where the congestion charge zone is now. And if you multiply that by about 25,000, that is what the congestion charge zone looks like, or the proposed congestion charge zone looks like. And that's not to mention the frigging road closures all over the bloody gap.
Oh, that's the next thing.
I don't understand.
That is
why are we closing roads? I don't get it. We saw
a protest
yesterday with the road closures in Lewisham.
Because it's absolutely ridiculous. And for me personally, I still haven't been given or seen a reasonable explanation for why they needed to close all these roads. It makes no sense.
Well, I heard it was because they want people to stop driving.
Okay, but nobody stopped driving. So what next?
You've just caused more traffic.
More traffic.
I don't know if you guys know Lewisham, but if you've seen what they've done to Lewisham, they've made it a one lane.
Yeah.
And they've given the bicycles about 55 million lanes of space.
For what? It's actually,
I respect bicycles.
It's not necessary.
But there is absolutely no reason why there's so much of a big. I just don't actually understand what's happening to London.
Well, they have said that not they have said, but I did read somewhere that they are slowly trying to make London a rich man's land. So as in you literally have to be rich to afford to live here. I mean, it's already expensive enough, but they are putting all these things in place that makes it impossible for normal working class people to live and travel. Like, it's ridiculous.
Maybe what we need to do is start buying up these houses in London with what we can, whether it's Help to Buy or all of them things, mortgages. Get the hell out of here, rent it out to all these rich people and go.
Black people, we just need to collectively pick up our stuff and together just move somewhere outside London.
What are you guys saying?
And start off a whole new life in, not even Kent, I'm talking further
let's
out.
go where the accent's slightly different. I know it's a bit dead, but let's just go and maybe we move there. Let's just go up north and go where it's cheaper and we don't have to spend so much money on. What is a life without spending so much money on buses and trams and trains and DLRs and petrol and tax? Oh my God, I hate it here. I think I actually hate it here.
I just don't like what they've done to London. They're using COVID as an excuse, but it just doesn't. It does not add up.
Moving on.
So as you all should be aware of by now, there is a lot going on in Nigeria. There's massive protests happening every day, and the protests have sort of spread around the world. I know we had one in London a couple of weeks ago outside the Nigerian embassy. And
did we? Missed that.
Yeah, it was on a Sunday, I remember. It was outside the Nigerian embassy, and I know they had one in, someone told me LA.
Yeah, they're having one in LA.
Yeah. So basically the protest is to end an organization called SARS. And SARS is a organization that was put together by Nigeria to tackle armed robbery. Because all you Nigerians know that armed robbery is so bad in Nigeria. Like so bad. So to kind of take the weight off the police force, they created a separate organization to specifically tackle armed robbery.
Yeah.
And what's happened is that organization is basically let the power get to the head. Yeah. So you know how in America police target black people, they target people for the color of their skin. They, stop more black people, they arrest more black people. In Nigeria, it's young people.
Because of the cars that they drive.
Not even because of their cars. It's just young men. Young men. You don't even have to be driving a car. You can be.
So is it like over here where police will be in Lewisham or let's say London? Let me stop targeting Lewisham, for example. And if they see like a young 15-year-old boy, they stop and search him.
Basically.
Okay.
What their organisation was meant for, they've basically doing something else. They've decided to take law into their own hands and sort problems out that don't exist. So they're stopping people for no reason and
they're torturing them.
You got to pay.
What?
Listen, you got to pay. If you don't want them to torture you got to pay money. And this is
Excuse me?
This is normal. My mom has told me countless stories that she's in the car and she's in Nigeria and she's making her way from one place to another. She'll get stopped by the police and they will say you need to pay if you want to go.
Hold on, is this the police or SARS?
So that's
or
both.
The whole
they're
thing?
both. Don't get me wrong. They're both as bad as each other. The police and SARS. So everything's based off money. If you want me to let you go, pay me.
What the hell?
Literally, and that doesn't count for just men. That counts for like. Because my mum's like, it happens to me every time I go there. The police will stop my car.
And she has to pay
she has to pay. She has to give them
what
money.
What is pay?
Anything, as much as you can.
So it could be like if you've got a fiver on you, then...
Well, I don't think they'd accept a fiver, but... Especially when they find out that she's from London.
Oh, Jesus. If
you're from London or from the US... I think my mum's a bit more different because she has an accent. So it's a bit... hit and miss. If I was to get stopped with this British accent of mine, they're gonna extort me for everything.
You better start working on your Nigerian accent
for everything I have. I saw a story of I see this guy put a story on Twitter saying that he was in Nigeria and he was getting married, and he had dedicated a whole day to driving around to all his groomsmen's house to pick up money for their suit. So he had made a list of all his groomsmen name, and as he was going to the house collecting the money, he was ticking off, okay, this person has paid, this person has paid. He got stopped by SARS. They found the list and said that he was an assassin, and these people on his list, these are the people that he's already killed. And they said that this is the story they were going to run if he didn't pay them. Do you know how wild that is?
What would happen if he just didn't pay and then they go to find these?
They'd kill him. And that's the thing. They are killing for sport.
They would kill him and the other people.
No, they would kill him.
They'd have to kill the other people too.
No, they wouldn't, because there's no repercussion. There's no repercussions to their...
But they said that the story would be, these are the people that you killed.
Yeah. and they'd probably find these people, but there's no repercussion. We don't even know if they find his body. It's so corrupt that they could kill him and leave him in a ditch. It's there's no system to their.
And this has been going on for how long?
Years.
This is not right.
Years. So what's happened with this protest, because obviously, like we said, it's been going on for years, is that somebody filmed an incident with SARS, and they had basically, I might be wrong, the story might be completely wrong, but this is what I got from Twitter. These two men were robbing a house. The people in the house called the police, said someone's in our house robbing us. They came, caught the guys, dragged them out into the middle of the road and just shot them.
Sorry?
That was it. And the woman caught it on camera, and then she put it all over social media, and I think that's what sort of sparked.
Shot them and killed them?
Yeah.
The robbers?
Yeah. Shit. That's what kind of sparked this whole movement, because like we said, this is not new.
It's crazy how obviously the robbers should not have died. That was wrong.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how I would have thought that the story would have turned where like they started to shoot the owners of the house, not the robbers.
No.
Because they shouldn't have shot the robbers. I get it, but
so because you could say the robbers were
they were the one in the wrong.
Stealing,
Yeah.
But,
not saying they deserve to die, obviously, and they shouldn't deserve to get shot. But it's funny how that has actually sparked this whole thing.
I think it was the pure inhumaneness.
Yeah. It was
it,
like just a second thought to just shoot and kill
of how
and be
it happened.
done.
And you even hear like I think the head officer go, just one bullet. Don't even he says just one bullet. Don't waste your bullets on them or something like that. Something like so horrible.
Inhumane.
And yes, they were robbers. They were bad people. But the point is they do this to normal people, like people that haven't done anything. People just walking down the street.
Oh
like,
my God.
And I think that's what the problem is. So obviously a lot of people have come out and
so all these people that are protesting, really and truly, they're really putting their lives in danger because they are looking because
the police are shooting
all
at
these
them.
People.
Yep.
Oh my God.
The police are shooting at them. If you see videos, they're shooting at them.
So what needs to happen then?
The thing is,
because I saw somewhere where they said that SARS has now been dissolved.
Yeah, but the whole system needs to be completely rebooted because the police are just as bad. The whole of Nigeria is corrupt. The area is all corrupt. So it's one of them things where it's like, in 6 months' time, are we all going to sort of like just accept that we can't change it and this whole thing is going to die out and then...
Because it's actually getting a lot of traction.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's getting as much. I mean, this past year we had the whole George Floyd incident and there was mass protests around the world. It's not the same level as that. But I feel like it needs to be because police brutality is police brutality. Doesn't matter
whether it's
a white police or a black police. I feel like
maybe because people see it as like, I feel like maybe, and this is wrong, but maybe people don't see a white on black person, and maybe that's why they're just like, not saying that they're not affected by it, but maybe that's why it's not causing as much drama. Because if it was a white policeman or policewoman shooting that person in Nigeria, then I feel like it would cause outrage.
But why?
Everywhere. I don't know. Because I think that there's like that racial element.
But the statement is Black Lives Matter. That's the statement. And it doesn't say Black Lives Matter only when white people kill.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. Black Lives Matter. So it means no matter who is terrorizing black lives, we need to scream and shout all the time.
Or maybe because it's like one focus at a time. Maybe it's literally like, what, I'm not saying this is right by the way, but what if it's like, let's just focus on the white people not killing us, because that is just that's been happening for generations in life, and then maybe we can deal with everything else. I have seen a lot of celebrities speak about SARS. Yeah. But there is one person who has been notably quiet, which is Beyonce. And I think, was it Tia Savage? Yeah. She came out and she basically said, where's Beyonce? Like, say something. Yeah. Didn't she say it was something along them lines?
Yeah, and I think someone said that she did say Beyonce reached out to her privately or something like that.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And yeah, but...
I guess for me, I saw this because I'm like, I don't want to get into it too much, but I saw this and I do wonder though, because what if like Beyonce is doing things behind the scenes and we don't know?
But my thing is, it's all about awareness, because a lot of Americans don't even know what's going on in Nigeria, and that's by no fault of their own. That's because their news doesn't show it. Their news outlet isn't showing them what's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel like our news
No.
is showing it. Like the only reason we know is because
The
social
Shade
media
Borough
and
yeah.
I've got family in Nigeria, stuff like that. Like the news outlet isn't showing it. So if Beyonce is aware of this, and she's aware because she's reached out to Tiwa Savage, then if you're on a high platform, you put out one post like that, millions of people just like that know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then millions of people share. And it applies pressure. That's what I'm saying. Nigerian government need the pressure.
Okay, I understand that.
The more people that are on their case, the more people that start protesting. If we had a worldwide protest about end SARS, I think they would crumble.
Yeah, because I guess as well because of the SARS thing. Because my next thing before you said what you just said was gonna be, well, she's letting people know, but what are they gonna do?
It's awareness.
But where again, like awareness, get that, but what are they gonna do? But where you've just kind of said, okay, well, the awareness causes people to like apply pressure to the Nigerian government, and that's what they need. Then I understand that.
Yeah, it's just about spreading. And then I made a TikTok video, as I do, and a lot of people were like, "Well, she's not a politician. What do you want to do?" Like, I'm not telling her.
Did you get hate for that? Did you get that much hate?
Yeah, not a lot, but if you read through the comments, Beyonce fans have arisen again, and I'm not saying that she should be like Pharaoh and wind up everybody and like take us there with her staff in her hand or whatever. But all it takes is just a little bit. You have 1 point something million followers. I think it might even be more than that. You put out one post, that's 1 point something million followers that now know.
Do you think Beyonce has 1 point something million followers?
I think it might be more than that.
It's way more than 1 point something.
But that's even worse. You put one post out and millions of people now know what's happening in Nigeria. A million people share that.
Yeah.
If there's a protest, 1 million more people could potentially go to these protests now because 1 million more people know.
Sometimes I wonder though, because I do think she must know that if she doesn't say anything, that she's going to get hate for it, especially because of the whole Black is King and what we were saying before around culture vulture / culture appreciation. She must know this was what's going to happen. So like I can only assume, knowing Beyonce, she must be doing it. Like you can't be doing it for no good reason. There must be something happening behind the scenes. I would hope.
I hope so.
I would hope, because you can't get... The only way I would think she would be cool with this is if she's going to come out in about a month's time and be like, okay, haters,
this is what I've been doing.
You were taking the piss out of me for not saying anything. Well, guess what? I've spoken to the government and I've done this.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But I don't know. It's just...
I mean,
I'm not, what do they call them?
Beehive.
Yeah, I was about to call buzzy bees.
I'm
so old.
Part of the beehive.
I'm not a beehive, but you got to play devil's advocate with these things. But I don't know. It's just weird.
I think it will be so wrong of you not to support them the way they supported you in what you did with Black is King.
Because they were really...
I'm not trying to take away from anything Beyonce has done or she may be doing behind. Yeah. But I just feel like it takes... social media is so powerful. And I don't think certain celebrities use their platform the way they could be using their platform to help most times.
Yeah.
And that goes with not just SARS. I mean, with
anything.
With the Black Lives Matter movement in general. Like, the people put up one post... Yeah, because they feel like they have to, like and then that's it. We don't speak about it again. I did what I needed to do. Everybody saw me put my little black square up, black power fist. That's it.
And then we're done.
And I don't think that's how celebrities should use, not celebrities, but someone who's so, I love Africa, I love African culture, blah, blah. When...
Yeah, no, I get you. I understand. Yeah. I just hope she's doing something behind the scenes. Time will tell, I guess, but... Yeah. Anyway, so it's Black History Month in the UK. October is Black History Month.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces around it. I know ITV have been doing bits and pieces. It kind of gets like blown up, obviously, in the beginning of October, and then at the end it kind of like slows down where no one gives a shit anymore. But I think like we don't celebrate Black History Month. No. Personally, me and Stephanie don't celebrate Black History Month because Black history isn't subjected to
1 month.
1 month. I mean, there's Black history all over the place, literally in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Curtain rails, curtain rods, doorknobs.
Yeah.
Air conditioning units. It's all there. So we just feel like Black history should be celebrated all over.
Yeah. Or should be studied, or should be learned, or should be taught.
That would be so good.
Well, do you know what's crazy is that, okay, so in my school, I don't want to say I'm lead on Black history, but I'm lead on Black history. Yeah. And I did a display board, really nice display board, and I put it up on my TikTok. And what made me a little bit upset is if you go through my comments, it is a lot of younger kids commenting, oh, our school hasn't even done anything. Oh, we haven't done anything for
we just watch Roots.
We had a slideshow in assembly.
About slavery.
We haven't done anything. Nice. So many kids. Oh, we haven't. Oh, I wish this was our school. Oh, our school. I wish our school would do this. Oh, our school would never do this. And I thought, are you serious? Considering everything that's happened this year, schools are still not being active in this.
Well, I think they are what they feel like they should be doing. They're doing what they feel like they should be doing. So they haven't listened. Maybe they've done it twice a month instead of, maybe they've made them watch Roots twice instead of once. Maybe they, because that's all we watched in school. Okay, every October was Roots. So I can only assume it's the same thing now. But maybe they're showing a different slideshow of Martin Luther King this time, or I don't know. But there's more to Black history than slavery, as we know. So I think, like, to put a bit more context on Stephanie's Wall wasn't just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, even, because they know her,
Rosa Parks.
It was about Black hair and the different types and textures and everything. That is monumental. That is different. That could be incorporated in Black history. Maybe they just don't know how to, well, they probably don't know how to do it, they just don't care how to. It would be nice to see if we are going to do a Black history, or if schools are going to start to take this seriously,
that they branch out a bit.
Let's branch out a little bit more. Let's do different things. Let's talk about clothing, or maybe have like a day where people have to come in their traditional clothing. If they have traditional clothing, maybe you just rock up in your home clothes. Black people know what home clothes is. Maybe that's what you do. Like, I don't know. Or traditional hair wraps, or traditional, It's all about thinking outside the box. That's all it is. And there's so much to be celebrated. So much. There's so many different things, like foods, and I know some workplaces they do that whole bring a dish in and stuff. Bring a dish in day. But it's all about wanting to do it. Like, for instance, last week, Friday, it was World Mental Health Day, and my daughter's school wore yellow because apparently that's the colour for World World Mental Health Day was actually Saturday. Oh, yeah, I saw it too. But I guess they did it on Friday. So all the kids wore yellow. They brought their little pound in to donate, whatever. Then the week after, this Friday, was wear red for racism. Yes, media had red for racism. Say red to... Did Cali School do it? They didn't do it. I mean, to be honest, again, I get it, but I don't get it. Like... It is a tokenism act. It is tokenism, but I think for children, they need to learn this stuff. Okay, they need these sort of tokenism acts. That's how they learn about it. And it didn't sit well with me that, the week before we wore yellow for World Mental Health Day, which is good. Why did you not? Why didn't they do red? They just didn't do it. It wasn't a thing. Ask a question. Oh, ask them. You need to ask a question. I would ask a question. Just ask. You're not going to start throwing... stones at the walls or something, at the windows. Just ask. I would literally just write an email, or perhaps just pull the teacher aside, just wondering what the thought process behind not doing read for racism was
Yeah.
last Friday. Did you forget? Did you not want to?
Yeah.
Why didn't you want to? It's just interesting information to know, because these are the people that are teaching your child.
Yeah.
These are the values that they are instilling in your child, like 6 hours of the day. Ask the question.
It's true.
Just ask the question, girl.
And I'm beating myself up that I didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
It's okay. There's no wrong time. You could
Yeah.
literally go. I mean, this was Friday, right?
Yeah.
You could literally go in on Monday and ask the question. I would ask the question.
Okay.
Ask. There's no harm in asking. Anyway.
So this has been the Cultured Podcast. Thank you for listening again, guys. I am Stephanie.
And I'm Sasha.
And we'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.